All right, welcome into the Kings Recap show at youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. Rami Makloff with you after the Kings' fifth straight victory, 130-112, the final tonight out there at the Golden One Center. If you noticed, I don't have the usual virtual background that we've been using on the Kings Recap show. Some of us have been using. That's because momentarily here, I think I did this right. I'm looking at my TV at NBC Sports California. I think De'Aaron Fox is about to hit a button to light a certain beam. And I think that beam is going to be right over my shoulder, right here, if I staged this right, if I did this right. So I'm hoping there's an appearance from the victory beam on tonight's Kings Recap show. And man, I don't know how to feel about this game. And let me explain. All right, it's a win. It's their fifth straight win. I'm not going to be the Debbie Downer. I'm not going to be the party pooper. I'm not going to sit here and poo-poo wins or demean or dismiss wins. But you knew there was a but coming. Today on the Cattles and Rami show, weekdays 3 to 6, Sactown Sports 1140, or right here on the YouTube page or wherever you get your podcasts. I said that my expectations are kind of going up for this Kings team. That I think that this is a very good team. I see a stretch of schedule where they can win a bunch of games and honestly make a statement. Make a statement that this isn't just a team fighting for a play-in, that this is a good basketball team. And it looked like they were gonna do that. I said today that this is a game they should win and win pretty easily. And in the end, 18-point win is a blowout. So I guess they did win it pretty easily. But they started this game off with amazing energy. They were confident, fighting the wave from the big game against Golden State, or not Golden State, excuse me, against Brooklyn a few nights ago, Golden State prior to that. And it looked like they were going to do exactly what I said they should do to start the game. They led by as many as 16 in the first quarter. De'Aaron Fox had 12 points there in the first quarter, and it looked like they were off to just a blowout from start to finish, much like you saw against Brooklyn a few nights ago. And then the second quarter, things started getting a little bit sloppy, and you gave the Spurs a little bit of momentum, and you let them get back in the game. And man, that's an NBA team. I get it. It's a Greg Popovich coach team. I get that. Also, I understand all of this. So maybe expectations can be your worst enemy. But I don't think you should have let San Antonio back into this basketball game. And they reverted back to some stuff that we saw early in the game. Is that a victory beam there? Do you see the victory? Some stuff that we saw early in the season when this team got off to a bit of a slow start, which was players and the ball just stopped moving on the offensive side of the floor for some reason. And credit San Antonio. And again, Greg Popovich. I get it. They were clogging up the paint. They were making it hard for guys. They were making it hard for the ball to move around. But in the first quarter, we saw some gorgeous ball movement. There was one possession where every single guy touched it and all the way around the court, back around to Kevin Huerter for a beautiful three-point shot. That was beautiful. But then the third quarter comes around and the sloppy play continues. Bad shots, ball not moving, guys not moving. It was tied a few times. And then that's when De'Aaron Fox took over. And that's him and Malik Monk really the story tonight in this game. And De'Aaron Fox saved that quarter for the Sacramento Kings. Saved that quarter there at the end with two shots and then sort of pulls the ball back, plays quarterback, runs the offense, finds the open shot for Malik Monk. They end the quarter on a 7-0 run. They take the lead. That continues to an 11-0 run. You see the defensive intensity pick up there in the fourth quarter. Eventually, it piles up to a 20-3 run at one point, and then they put them away for the 130-112 victory for their fifth straight win for the Kings tonight. And hey, like I said, 18 points is a blowout. And maybe I got a little carried away. We talked about that today on the show, and I shouldn't expect this team to blow out anybody from start to finish. But I didn't like what I saw there for 2 quarters. End of the day, let's party. The Kings won their fifth straight. The beam is shining. Why can't see the beam? That's weird. Anyways, fifth straight win. I'll take it. I'm happy with it. I want to hear your comments. Aaron Fox was awesome tonight. Again, when they needed him to be the most. I'm sorry, I got to quit the story. He was awesome. He was great, and that's what he's been for you in clutch time. Malik Monk off the bench, just electric, man, for 26 points. I will say this though, this is really nitpicking. Malik Monk had a great night. Only 2 assists. He's been much more facilitator and a playmaker. My beef more when it comes to the facilitating and the playmaking. Just 1 assist for Domas on the night. And I wrote this down. After 3 quarters, Domas had 0 assists and 2 field goal attempts. And Malik Monk had 1 assist after 3 quarters. And maybe I don't even want to say the silver lining because again, 18-point victory, fifth straight win. Team is 2 games over 500. Good times in Sacramento Kings land. But I'm here to analyze, be critical of what's going on. That's kind of our job. But maybe in those 2 quarters, what I can take some solace in it and the fact that it ended up being sort of an easy victory for them is that this team has a lot of different ways to beat you. And when some things aren't working, other things are working. And that's how good teams win in any sport. That's not just basketball. In any sport, of having a number of ways to win games is always a good thing. So that's at the end of the day, they found a way to win, and like I said, win easily despite some sloppiness and some not great looking basketball in the second and into the third quarter. And a lot of that because Aaron Fox is just that dude, man. He's just that dude. Leads the league in clutch minutes. Took this thing over starting at the end of the third quarter, like I said, into the fourth. He and his Kentucky partner, fellow Wildcat Malik Monk, tag teaming in for the fourth quarter and really just putting this thing away. That guy, man, he's really taken another step and wanting to show that he can be that dude for an NBA team, and not many people doing it better than De'Aaron Fox right now, especially when it really mattered. Martin 23 King says they did win easily. We aren't going to act like spoiled fans. We enjoy every win any way we get it, and I keep trying to throw that in there to make sure that I do understand and I do appreciate that. I do, man. I'm not trying to crap on a win. I'm just saying for 2 quarters there, I saw some stuff that playing a better team. We're maybe not talking about a win tonight. You beat who was in front of you tonight. That's what matters. Kyle Ledbetter, who's been producing the afternoon show with Nick and I the last couple days, he points out 48-30 run to end the game. Man, yeah, and that started there at the end of the third quarter. A lot of people, Ernest, Frank, saying like the beam. Thank you. I don't think you need to tell them to do that. I think they just do that. Ernesto says another great win. Gothon says nope, can't do it. Your name too close to Maloof. I'm out. I have no relation to the Maloofs. None whatsoever. It's not even that close. Matt Barnes just said you can see the beam from Mars. Oh well. I do wonder. I don't remember who else asked this. Can you see the beam from space? How high up in the sky can you see the beam? Ernesto also says, looks like they are having fun. That first quarter looked like they came out and you could feel it in the crowd You could feel it. You could feel it with the players out there on the court. They were still feeling themselves from that big win over Brooklyn and that stomping, not just a big win, but a stomping of Brooklyn a couple nights ago. That they were having a lot of fun, and then maybe I don't maybe they maybe too much fun for that second and third quarter. But again, you come out with the win and you come out with an 18-point win, and it's five straight, and things are all good, and they're lighting the beam. Mark says this was a grind of a game for the Kings tonight. Yeah, you wouldn't know it looking at the score at the end of the night. 18 points is a blowout by any NBA standard. 18 points is a blowout, but it was a bit of a grind in the second and third quarter before Aaron Fox said enough of that. I've had enough of that. The AZ1 Addict says, imagine if we had Keegan tonight. And yeah, that's a fair point. We talked on Cattles and Rami today, weekdays 3 to 6, Sactown Sports 1140, about what they do without Keegan Murray. I said I would start Monk, and Nick said he would start Terrence Davis, which they ended up doing, and I get why. The hot hand in that win a couple nights ago over Brooklyn. See if you can keep riding that hot hand. But my overall point was whether it's Davis or Fox or wherever Mike Brown decided to go, Davis or Monk, I should say, or wherever Mike Brown decided to go, that this was a game, and it kind of played out that way, where you were so much better than the Spurs that you had a little breathing room to kind of figure it out. And if it wasn't Davis, then maybe it would be Monk. Maybe it would be Davion Mitchell. At the end of the day, it was Monk coming off the bench and playing starter minutes, 28 minutes off the bench with those 26 points. And even Davion Mitchell played a little bit more than Terrence Davis, who was in there for Keegan Murray. But I think that's going to be the play until Murray is back, and hopefully it's not too long. It doesn't sound like it's too serious, but I would think you're probably starting Davis, and then just see who's the hot hand on a given night, and give them the starter share of the minutes, so to speak. And it said Santa Claus can see the light beam from Pluto. Santa Claus is in the North Pole, Kenneth, not Pluto. Jesse 916 says Golden One Center was super litty tonight. Hashtag Beam Team. Liddy. All right. Acash says I came back from dinner to see it was tied at 82. Then the Kings blow it open. Sorry for taking so long, y'all. Yeah, it's your fault. Acash, how dare you go out to dinner? And Fong Tran says we passed the test again today. Spurs show no quitting them, but we show them we want it more. I'm impressed more and more with our team. Let's go, Fox. And Frank says Fox equals an all-star. Larry says Fox is him. Fire emoji. Yeah, man. I don't know if he's him, but he's one of them. I don't know if that's an expression, but he's up there. He's up there with conversations for him. Like if the season ended today, I'll go out on a high note. If the season ended today, De'Aaron Fox is in the MVP conversation. There, I said it. De'Aaron Fox is in the MVP conversation if the season ended today. It didn't end today, but neither did the Kings' win streak. They stretch it to 5 with a 130-112 victory over the Spurs. Things got ugly. It was a bit of a slugfest there in the middle, at the beginning and the end. Looking beautiful quarters for the Kings, especially De'Aaron Fox, who led the way with 28 points and 8 assists. Monk with 26 off the bench. They mentioned Sabonis. Real quiet night for Sabonis, especially through the first three quarters. He finished with 14 points, but again, just the 2 field goal attempts and 1 assist through three quarters. I don't like seeing him disappear like that, but everybody's going to have an off night, right? And anytime you get out with an 18-point victory and your 5th straight victory, and now move to 8-6, Kings fans are going to be happy anytime that you light the beam. Again, 130-112, the final in Sacramento tonight at the Golden One Center. Kings over the Spurs, 5 straight wins. I'm Rami Makloff. Kings Talk. Kings coverage continues tomorrow morning on Sactown Sports with Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross. I'm back with Nick Cattles in the afternoon. I will talk to you then on Sactown Sports 1140.